We're actually getting Coinbase Exchange, and when they announced they're exploring these new digital assets, under no circumstances it means guaranteed to get on there. Very, very few make it to the main Coinbase Exchange. Coinbase basically state there, it's a great blog anyway, blog.coinbase.com for all their latest news. Wonderful blog. You really should read this, because Coinbase, 35 million members. It is normally, I say, the one-stop shop for people just starting in crypto. It was for me back in 2016. I started with Coinbase and Bittrex. Anyway, Coinbase stated their goal is to offer support for all assets that meet our technical standards and which comply with applicable laws. Over time, we expect our customers around the world to have access through Coinbase platform to at least 90% of aggregate market cap of all digital assets in circulation. That same statement has been there over the last few times they've announced that other digital assets they're looking into. Months and months. So let's be honest, very, very few projects are actually on the main Coinbase exchange. We will continue to evaluate prospective assets against our digital asset framework to assess factors like security, compliance, and project alignment. And they went through the digital assets under review. I'll go through each one. Some of them I'd never heard of, and some of them are just me personally. It's never financial advice what I start in this video. It's really my humble opinion. Some of them I have no interest in getting in the future, but again, you might like them. That's why we're all different. Do your own due diligence. No one can ever guarantee what a project's going to do in the future. So you can go there. When they previously announced assets that Coinbase may still be exploring, went for a stage where it was like December 2018. The next one wasn't until August the 5th, 2019. Then a month later, they did a whole bunch more. And then we had some in June as well this year. So it's never set time. You thought they'd only be like 6 months to announce this, but it's not. It all depends when they're looking literally at a whole bunch of new projects. So also, go back to the news article back in June, they talked about Rosetta, introducing Rosetta, build once, integrate your blockchain everywhere. And it's a great way where Coinbase have this goal where they believe in a thriving open ecosystem is necessary for the promise of crypto to be realised, ultimately leading to our vision of more economic freedom for the world. Based in 2016, the Coinbase Secret Master Plan stated our commitment to open source communities around crypto protocols. So back in June, they launched Rosetta, an open source specification set of tools that makes integrating with blockchain simpler, faster, and more reliable. So it states they initially developed Rosetta as a middleware used to integrate blockchains into its platform securely and painlessly. So I think Rosetta is going to do so well for up and coming projects, help people out, and as they develop their specific projects, the cryptographers and all this. I think it's really great that Coinbase have got Rosetta. I say they really are the sort of forefront of developing exchanges, and just hope one day that Coinbase does list many, many, many coins. Because I say any project gets on there. That's what I talked about before about Cardano getting on there. Once it's on there, Cardano just continuously grow. Because as new members constantly join, they won't just all buy Bitcoin and Ethereum, they will buy the altcoins. So anyway, that time will tell what Coinbase actually finally list. So the first project they mentioned was Ampleforth, which has been in the news a lot lately. At the moment, it's basically 65 cents. Literally about 5-6 weeks ago, it was less than $1. And I never looked into it. I've never owned Ampleforth. But literally in the space of a month, it went to $4.04, and now we're back down to 64 cents. So it's had a huge pump and a huge dump. It describes itself as a smart commodity money. It's a chain agnostic and reportedly less correlated to Bitcoin and other digital assets. Ranked 56, it's approaching 200 million market cap, so it's doing really well. Basically half the supply is out there. I think it's a great project, and when you go on ampleforth.org, it's not a most informative site you'll ever see, but it states what they do, obviously. You go through it. The AMPL is a digital currency that adjusts supply dates based on market conditions, built on sound economics, all that. It's not for me. I know many people spoke about Ampleforth recently, many YouTubers have seen me talking about this. It's just not for me. But again, we're all different. Do your own due diligence. You might think it's great, but and also the fact it was $4 over the last month and back down to 64 cents. If they are continuously developing, then it may be a project worth getting into. So I may miss the boat again. If it goes back up to $4, obviously you made a huge profit. So again, entirely up to you. Now the next one, fortunately I've missed the boat. I've looked at BAM Protocol. I bought some recently, and obviously I wish I bought a hell of a lot more. I've read a news article on Cointelegraph, and it's really a truly wonderful project. But literally less than 5 weeks ago, it was $1.56, and it's now actually on Coinbase Pro. So it's one that's actually made it to Coinbase Pro. I imagine hopefully one day it'll be on the main Coinbase, but it's $12.19. It's up nearly 55% in the last 24 hours alone. Only downside, we talk about price. I don't know when most of the supply is coming out. At the moment, we're only looking like nearly 21% of the circulating supplies out there compared to total supply. Who knows? So BAN Protocol is a cross-chain data oracle network that aggregates and connects real-world data and APIs to smart contracts. It enables a smart contract application such as DeFi, prediction markets and games, I read somewhere as well, to be built on-chain without relying on a single point of failure of a centralised oracle. I read somewhere also they wanted to always state that they are basically a high-performant independent blockchain built specifically for oracle communications. It is backed by Secure Capital, which is massive, and Binance. It's actually BAN Protocol coin is now worth more than Link. It is, to me, I don't know if these people, to me, it looks like actually a direct competitor to Link. I don't know what other people say. To me, that's what it really does look like. But what a price increase, you know, $1.56 to $12.19. Wow. Well done to anyone who got it there. I bought some at $3. Obviously, I wish I bought a lot more. Still a great return. But, you know, what a rise. You know, rank it's now smashed the top 50. Market cap is approaching 250 million. Volume in the last 24 hours alone was 144 million. It just shows what's had such a pump. So, because of the rapid rise, me personally, again, doing financial advice, I'm personally not buying any more BAN Protocol for a while. I want this project to settle down. I wouldn't be surprised if it had a dump now after such a rapid increase. You know, you have to see what happened to Ampleforth, where coins are not guaranteed to just sort of gradually go up, down a bit, gradually up a bit. This, you know, it could have a massive dump, or it continuously grow. It could one day be better than Link, who knows? But me personally, I won't be buying it at the moment, especially when it's got 55% in 24 hours. That's not for me, but it's certainly a project that really needs to keep on your radar. It looks wonderful. You go on banprotocol.com itself and you scroll through, and it really is. You can see how very, very similar to Link, as I say. And you scroll through it, feed trusted price data to DeFi banned oracles, be more use cases to blockchains beyond DeFi. You know, use banned oracle across multiple blockchains. So it does look a wonderful project. So well done the team, you know. Say incredible growth, absolutely incredible. Balancer is, again, I'd never heard of this. It's $16.28 again, 22% in 24 hours. You know, its all-time high was $22, but only a few months ago it was only $7. It's a non-custodial portfolio manager, liquidity provider, and price sensor, basically Balancer. I went through the website a lot. It does look a wonderful project. Personally, I'm not going to buy any Balancer. You can see there it's actually ranked 86, so it's really climbed through the markets. But again, I forgot to mention about the circulating supply. To me, it's approaching 7 million. The total supply is really low, 35 million, but there's still a lot of it to come out. So who knows? You know, it hasn't been around that long, so I don't know when they're going to release the rest. But circulating supplies and total supplies are still relatively low. I'll just see how they develop. I say it may be a real gem that I'm missing out on, but me personally, I'm not going to get any balance at the moment. The next one I've mentioned before was Blockstack STX, ranked 83, again up 7%. In the last 24 hours, all these are having a good old, pump in the last sort of week or so. Blockstack aims to build a new decentralized internet where users own their own data and apps run locally. A browser portal will be all that is needed to get sorted. So it's been around quite a while now. So it's been a top 100 a long time now. Let's see how it develops. I think it's a real good project. It's one just keep on your radar, really. I do own some STX. We'll get some more soon. Go quick on their website, blockstack.org. You say, well, build what's next. With user-owned data and smart contracts, you can build new kinds of apps that couldn't exist before. Apps with private data, open marketplaces, gaming, digital assets, programmable finance. So, great little project. Hopefully it'll do well. Certainly one to be keeping your eye on. Curve, which is another one they talked about. Surprised they announced Curve. It's got many sort of sides to Curve Finance. Maybe it's their exchange. I never heard of it before, to be honest, as an exchange. Volume per 24 hours on their exchange, 31 million. That's good. Again, it's not for me. I looked on their exchange, totally different to any other exchange that you sort of look at, and very basic to me, but it's just not for me. You know, I don't know how they're developing. I haven't really read much on it, so I certainly won't be getting anyway. The next one was Fetch.ai. Again, it's been around a while. It's actually based here in the UK, in Cambridge. It was 3 cents about a month ago. Its all-time high was actually 43 cents. I say it's been around since March 2018. It's been around a long time, and it aims to be a forefront of accelerating research and deployment of emerging technologies such as blockchain and AI. It's solutions designed for, they state, people, organisations, and the The project was created as an open economic framework that serves as a decentralized search and value exchange platform for various autonomous economic agents. It looks a real solid project. I went on their website briefly, Fetch.ai, and you scroll through everything they do. What is Fetch.ai? Just spoke about it briefly. Technical focus, machine learning, agents, cryptography. So we'll see how Fetch gets on. Another one, Flexacoin. A lot of pumps and dumps this year. You can see all the volatilities in the markets down there. You can see it's never actually been 1 cent. It's never reached it. And it describes itself as the digital collateral token facilitate instant cryptocurrency payments. So when you sort of go on their site, you look at that, you think a lot of companies state that the global leader in pure digital payments. Flex offers the fastest, most fraud-proof payments network in the world. Many projects state that. It does look a real solid project. The fact it's in the top 100 is obviously great. Never reached a cent yet, which is incredible. If you scroll back, you'll see why when you look at the circulating supply. Again, it's a lot. Let's be honest, 28 billion. But it's still only 28% of the max supply. So again, that's why it's never reached a cent. Let's see how they develop. It did look a good roadmap, to be honest. Looked a real solid project. So again, just one that's going to keep developing. We need to keep an eye on. Helium, this one I really like. It's ranked very lowly, 2,290, purely because the market cap isn't known. Volume in the last 24 hours is relatively low, but the total supply again in crypto speak is relatively low, only 36 million. The price is 60 cents. These are the outside the top 500,000, whatever coin market cap. I want to find the gems with a low total max supply. That's what I want to find because they're the real hidden gems with solid projects. So I need to carry out some real research on many projects which no one talks about. I want to look in more depth. I'm always announcing projects I like and I buy it, but I'm sure there's some real gems out there that I don't know. Most of the supply is out there. There's not a huge supply. It's got longevity, it's got a roadmap. So that's what I want to do. So Helium looks really good, 60 cents. Just want to know what the market cap is really. Hopefully I'll find that out soon. I guess time will tell. It's actually been around a year. Helium is a decentralized wireless network that allows low power smart devices to send and receive data to the internet. Miners earn HNT, providing network coverage and rely data to the internet using hardware called a hotspot. That's what basically it does. It goes on helium.com, explains it more in depth. Moving on, another one we've talked about before was HBAR, Hedera Hashgraph. Now, they describe themselves as a decentralized public network where developers can build secure, fair applications and near real-time consensus. Now, what I like about Hedera, if you actually go on their website, anyway, you can quickly, before I say that, the only thing is with Hedera, again, the circulating supply is low compared to total supply. 5 billion, total supply is 50 billion, so there's not many out there. It's 4 cents, rank 53, 222 million market cap. You can see on the markets it's quite volatile. That's the only concern is the circulating supply is really low to total supply. But you go on their site and what I really like is Hedera is owned and governed by the world's leading organisations. Some of the biggest. Got Boeing there, Deutsche Telekom, Google, IBM, LG. Huge companies. So it really does. It's obviously a very solid project, one for longevity without doubt. Again, do your own due diligence, not financial advice. Any coins I mentioned I'm buying here, you literally have to make your own choice. But I really do like Hashgraph. It is just the fact there's not a huge amount of the coin supply out there. That's the only downside. Kava, well, we mentioned Kava before. Absolutely wonderful project. You can't talk highly of Kava. It's probably the most best return DeFi's out there. It's done me fantastic. You think 3 months ago it was only 40 cents, and today we're at $4.44, up the 31% over the last 24 hours. Circulating supply, basically a third out there. Market cap 148 million. You can see on the graph there how much it's had a rapid growth. It just keeps on growing. You can tell that obviously by the graph, but it's not the one that's dumped much. It's literally just continuously grown, and obviously you wish we bought more Kava, and I remember when it was barely in the top 200, but it's doing absolutely wonderful. A friend of mine, when I mentioned Kava, he bought loads and stocked up, and he's took profits already. He's only been in crypto a few months, so he's done well. And I remember another friend of mine where I mentioned AVA, which I've spoken about before, Travala.com, but he couldn't find it. So he bought KAVA instead. He thought it was the same thing. He just literally got started in crypto. I said, no, it's not KAVA, it's AVA we want. Anyway, he's kept his KAVA as well. And obviously both have done absolutely wonderful. And he's new to crypto. So, at the time we laughed that he bought the wrong coin. But in fact, he's done fantastic getting KAVA. It was the first altcoin he got was KAVA. So obviously it's news. He's just amazed how much his digital assets are now worth, you know. But that was hilarious to us, and we just thought you jammy git basically. Anyway, moving on. Melon is a project I do like. I'm actually going to buy some Melon, but then it's had again massive pump in price, so I'm going to hold back, watch it stabilise. The circulating supply is so low for cryptocurrency, 1,250,000, ranked 181. That's why it's $25 a coin. It's been around a long while. It survived the bear market. You know, back in March 2018, coming towards the end of the last bull run, there were $270 each Melon coin, and we are. So it survived the bear market. Hopefully, entering a new one very soon, new bull market. And look at that, it's been around since the beginning of 2017. $25 at the moment. I want to get some Melon, but I want the price. I'm just going to monitor the price. Hope to get some in September. So, based up Melon protocol, it's the infrastructure for asset management 3.0. It's another Ethereum-based protocol for decentralized on-chain asset management. It's a protocol for people or entities to manage their wealth and wealth of others with a customizable and safe environment. So it looks a real solid project. I like that. That's one I will be getting. I really do like Melon. I think it'd be great for the next bull run. But again, do your own due diligence, entirely up to you. Paxos, again, Paxos isn't for me. It's basically a stable coin. There's rumours the other day about PayPal and Paxos was the chosen coin. I don't know if that's true. That's purely just rumours. Most of the supplies out there, which is great, but being a stable coin, I don't touch stable coins. That's just me personally. Again, it's entirely up to you. Ranked 49, 245 million market cap. Another project that I really do like is Ocean Protocol. I'm certainly going to be stacking up on this. Roughly, we're talking about, it's not a huge amount out there. We're looking at 55, nearly approaching 6% of the total supplies out there. It's ranked 69. It's done really well. Again, another one that's pumped massively in the last 24 hours, 20%. All the coins, nearly all the ones they mention, are doing fantastic at the moment. You can tell down the graph how much it's grown rapidly. So to sum up, if you go on oceanprotocol.com, it describes itself as a decentralized data exchange protocol that lets people share and monetize data while providing control, auditability, transparency, and compliance to all actors involved. So again, looks a wonderful project. Launch a decentralized data marketplace, keep data assets secure with both free access control, buy and sell private data while preserving privacy. It looks a wonderful project, and that's one project I want to get more of. Reserve rights is another one that very different when you look at reserve rights. The reserve protocol comprises two tokens. The reserve token RSV is the decentralized stable coin, and the reserve right, this one here, RSR, is the cryptocurrency used to facilitate the stability of the reserve token and basically confers the cryptographic right to the purchase excess reserve tokens as the network grows. It's ranked 108, it's doing well. Fairly good volume, last 24 hours, 6 million. But again, we talk about the circulating supply and total supply, very low really, 6 billion, total supply is 100 billion. So approaching 7% is out there. To me, it does look a good project, and I think I'll probably just hold off on getting some of them at the moment, to be honest. If we go back through it, a lot of these projects, I own some of them, but it's certainly ones I want to get out of all of them. Probably Melon's one I'm going to concentrate on Ocean Protocol, but I say I will like to get some more H-bar. Ones that I've no interest in getting, again, it's tied up to me. I've heard about WBTC. I know many people have been mining it, and the last few months have had fantastic profits, but it's just not for me. The fact it's got Bitcoin in his name is probably the reason it's getting out there. I don't know. It's just not for me. It states there, why do we need WBTC? WBTC brings greater liquidity to the Ethereum ecosystem, including decentralized exchanges, DEXs, and financial applications. Today, the majority of trading volume takes place on centralized exchanges with Bitcoin. WBTC changes that, bringing Bitcoin's liquidity to DEX, making it possible to use Bitcoin for token trades. That's what it does. Again, people will love it. I know, say the people who mine it loved it. It's just not for me. The other one was the Graph. Again, brand new project. Again, it's not for me. I couldn't find out as much information I'd like. I'm sure it'll do really well in the future. APIs for vibrant, decentralized future. Again, I'll revisit it. I've got my list of stuff I'll revisit, and I'll revisit the Graph in 3 months' time and see how they're developing, what it's doing, market cap, etc., supply. But it's so limited information, you just couldn't possibly get involved with it personally. Theta is another one, brought out their 3.0 this year, a massive pump. A lot of the suppliers out there, you know, basically 87%. Volume last 24 hours, 16 million, ranked 46, so it's doing really well. FIAT has had a fantastic year. It really has. I think people sort of forget FIAT, what it was like beginning of the year. If you scroll down, it's been around a long time as well, been around since the beginning of 2018. Now, when you scrolled here, the lowest it was basically last year it was 3 cents, and now it's 31 cents. So 3.0 has done it really well. You know, it's up 5% the last 24 hours, so it's doing well. I'll see about Theta. I may get some more one day. Another project, again, never heard of this one. Again, it's ranked very low because I don't know the market cap. Volume last 24 hours, though, has been 1,700,000. Total supply, fairly low, but still a fair amount out there. 100 million. But circulating supply, we don't know. So, very risky project because you don't know what the circulating supply is. And it's a project that's only been out since May. It's $4.51. You scroll down here, you can see the all-time high was only $5.16 end of July. So I looked at their site, and again, it just wasn't for me. Protocol for building synthetic assets. So, you know, I didn't understand that bit, to be honest, how it works. The financial derivative of apples, you know, it was talking about, you know, I thought, what are you on about? So, again, I'm not dissing the project. It's probably a wonderful project in the making. It's just not something that really sort of floated my boat, shall we say, one I was going to look into more. And another one that I wasn't interested in was TBTC. The safe way to earn with your Bitcoin, deposit and redeem BTC in DeFi without intermediaries. So, you know, you go through it, and it's a lot of updates. They give thorough updates on their plans and their roadmap moving forward and how to build with TBTC. It's just not for me. So, if I scroll all the way back to all the coins, so we go through it, Ampleforth, nah, not for me. But I will monitor it. It's probably, again, not financial advice, it might be a good time to get it with it low price now after its big pump, but who knows. Band Protocol, yeah, fantastic. Wish I got more. Balancer, yeah, one possibly for the future. Blockstack, great. Curve, no. Fetch and Flexcoin, yeah, I think they, you know, let's see how they develop. Helium, Hedera, Hashgraph, Kava's obviously well, Melon's one I like, and Ocean Protocol definitely. But the rest of those there, Paxos with right, TBTC, WBC, I won't be getting. So, again, it's entirely up to everyone. You have every right to buy whatever you want, obviously, so you make your own choices and what you prefer. This is merely my humble opinion, what I'm getting. So let's tell me about other projects that you're looking into, other projects you think have got longevity. But as I say, I need to carry out some real research now for some gems outside the top 500 or top 1,000 on CoinMarketCap, ones with real low supply compared to their max supply, where they don't know the market cap. So that's why it's so lowly ranked. So that's what I need to do the next few days, come up with some gems for myself. And if I find some gems, I'll let you know and see what you think as well. So, as always, anyone want any help, email me, info@cryptostrang.com. Always help any way I can. The social media's below. Message me on here. Love to hear from you. Thanks very much. Cheers. Bye.